Hello everyone, it is Monday, June 27th. It's time again for Mark's Monday Minutes in Real Estate in the Portland metropolitan area. It's me, Mark Scholes with Portland Homes for Cars, and I'm here to shed some knowledge with you, to share with you my observations in the last week in the real estate market in Portland, as well as the national market, some information that I follow every week. What I will note is, just like the temperature outside, where it seems like we went from cold and overcast to just right off the charts, hot, sweaty, and needing air conditioning, we're seeing those changes in the real estate market. But like 94 degrees in June, this is normal. Let's get started. All right, the week of June 27th, the number of new active listings in Portland, we are up to a total of 3,615. This is great. Buyers have more inventory, large number of homes coming on right at the time of the year when we expect it, here towards the end of June. New this week, 827 new homes. That's a significant jump from the 750 the week before that. Back at the end of May, we had only 512 new homes come on the market. So we're seeing some significant, sizable numbers of homes coming on the market. Again, increasing inventory, which is great for buyers, less good for sellers, but we're still strongly in that seller's market. Now, in the last week, we've had 573 homes go pending. We have had 477 homes close, so they went under contract a month ago. And we have a total of 57 homes on the market out there where agents like me can see them. They're called coming soon, no showings. You as a public can't see them, but I can see them. And if you're interested, I can forward them to you. So if you're a buyer wanting to look for that just extra bit of advantage, I can help you with that. Now, in the last 30 days, we've had 2,475 homes sold. So we take that 2,475 homes, that's the number of homes we sell in 30 days, and we look at the number of active homes, 3,615, and that gives us what is our clearance rate, essentially our inventory or our supply of homes, that if no new homes come on the market, then we would have currently right now 1.46, just shy of 1.5 months worth of inventory. It would take 1.5 months to clear out every home currently on the market. Now, this is significant because we have been down below 1 month of inventory up until the month of May. So we're fine for almost 3 years, almost 2 years. So the good news is we're finally getting back to a little bit more normal levels, which, by the way, normal by definition, a normal real estate market has 4 to 6 months of inventory. So we're still ways away from normal, but of course, to everyone who's been accustomed to less than 1 month of inventory, this feels like we're just slamming on the brakes from 110 miles an hour. Now, let's look at those 4-car garage homes, the ones that the car enthusiasts often look for. Active, there are currently 95 listings out there with a 4-car garage or larger. Now, caveat being, of these 95, 18 of them are under $1 million. So many of them, as with a larger estate or manor home, you would expect more than a 4-car garage. New in the last week, 16 new homes with a 4-car garage or larger. 10 homes went pending in the last week, and 9 sold in the same week that went under contract a month ago. In the last month, that gives us 39 homes that have sold with a 4-car garage or larger. And again, a substantial number of these have been these larger estate homes. They tend to take a little more time, but it gives us a supply of 2.4 months of inventory. So they're still selling, not as fast as conventional homes, but I think there's a bit of bias just simply based on the average sales price, the average listing price, if you will, of those cars with 4-car garage or larger. Now, as I said, supply and demand is absolutely keeping us in a seller's market. In fact, December of 2019 was the last time on a nationwide basis that we had more than 1 million homes for sale. In fact, this week, 4,444 homes nationwide. This was a jump. Last week we had just under 400,000. Now we're up at 444,000. So that's over a 6% jump. That's a little faster than we anticipated. However, we are still at 50 to 70% arguably of inventory expected for this time of the year. Typically in June, we see about 1 million homes nationwide. Again, last time we saw that was back in December of 2019 when things had slowed down before they were just really ramping up. So I guess the question is, how quickly can inventory grow for buyers? There is some conventional thinking at the national level that it's probably going to take 2 years with as low inventory levels as we have, 2 years to get back to a normal 1 million homes for sale, because the question is, where are these homes going to come from? We have such a tight real estate market, so many buyers wanting to move, but municipalities are not building new homes. In fact, in Portland, the greater number of new building permits are for multifamily homes. That means apartment buildings. And those probably are not going to come with a 4-car garage. All right, now for the sellers. Now, what is important? Let's put ourselves in the mindset of a seller right now. That sellers, if you're thinking about selling your home, much as these new influx of 827 new homes have gone on the market, make sure that you're looking at numbers now in the last week to 2 weeks of sales numbers when pricing your home. We're seeing a few more homes that are price adjusting down. Perhaps these were sellers who were more optimistic, thinking they were riding that rate of just constant increase in 19%. They've missed the boat and we've slowed down. That's not the case. Between increasing inventory and increasing mortgage rates, it has slowed down. So buyers who are just looking back 4 months for numbers, they're slow. They're slow to react. You want to make sure that you're working with an agent who looks at the trends weekly, both nationwide and in Portland, not just monthly reports that honestly are 2 to 6 weeks late. All right, now for buyers, again, good news as inventory builds. More homes on the market means fewer multiple offer scenarios. We can go in and offer at asking or slightly over asking and have more choices for houses. Now, as I mentioned, there are fewer homes selling immediately, which is, again, good news for buyers, less good news for sellers. Portland is still a hot market, absolutely no question. The average in Portland the average in the US, so let's talk about new homes selling immediately the first weekend. In Portland, or in the US, nationally in 2021, we saw 22% of the sales sold the first week. They were immediate sales in the first 7 days. This week in the US, we're at 19.7. So fewer, but not too far off the mark. In Portland, right now, this last week, 34.3% of the new homes went pending. So we are well in excess of national numbers. So we're still seeing Portland as a hot market, and it is for now. Now, because we're doing so well, we're running so fast in Portland, we may appear to be some of these other markets such as Phoenix or Austin or Salt Lake City, where they've just been moving even faster. If we've been doing 110 in Portland, they've been doing 130 in those states. And when they slow down to 70 miles an hour, wow, it's feeling like they've just absolutely thrown out not just one boat anchor, but 3. Now just remember, 70 miles an hour is still fast enough to get you a ticket, like I said at the beginning. What I predict going forward is we're going to see immediately, we're already at 1.5 months of inventory, but this is normally when we see the high point of inventory of new homes coming on, the highest level. So we might stretch this out to about 2 months of inventory just as sales slow down a little bit more. So maybe by the end of July, we'll be at 2 months of inventory. But again, the reminder that a normal market, by definition, has between 4 and 6 months of inventory. So we're still well off that 55 mile an hour speed limit. We're still well in excess of that. And of course, any change is going to appear to be far more dramatic than it actually is. And of course, then don't count on the media to be gentle with that. All right, that's plenty of minutes for this week from Mark. Hope you're having a wonderful week. And by next weekend, it will be 4th of July. I will have a haircut. And I'll probably do the broadcast on Tuesday just because 4th of July for the holiday. Have a wonderful week, everyone. And of course, if you ever have questions about real estate, reach out to me, Mark Scholes, Portland Homes for Cars, 503-703-0618. Have a great week.